You already know what time it is. It's your boy DJ Richie Skye back with some tea, interviews, recaps, and more. And be sure to check the links in the description of this video for trips, for books, one-on-one sessions, and more. Now let's get into the tea. What's going on, Scott Squad? We are back in the building. And of course, we're talking about, y'all requested it. We're going to talk about Salt Lake City. We're talking season 5, episode 13. Okay. And it's called Rooms for Improvements. All right. If you are in that good chatterization, let us know where you're watching from. It's rare that I do a live these days, but I felt like doing a live. Why not? Why not go live? Why not talk to the people? You know, why not have a Ponderosa and do it live? You know what I'm saying? I have on these glasses not to read nobody today, although I might, but mostly because this light is very bright. Okay. So first things first, if you guys have not subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and do so. Hit that notification bell button and join. Listen, if you text 202-918-3386 and text Rich Life, all caps, just the way you see it on the screen, you can gain access to some good old information about how you can travel at wholesale prices up to 80% off of your travels and get paid daily. Okay? Now, we're going to be having another meeting tonight at 9 p.m. I will not be hosting this meeting, but you can get the information just the same. Okay, so make sure you guys hit that text, because at the end of the month, the texting service will go away and we will get into something brand new. All right. With that being said, let's talk Jazelle and Mia. Jazelle happened to stop by the Breakfast Club. All right. She stopped by the Breakfast Club and she got into some things, of course, regarding her saying that Mia is dead to her on Watch What Happens Live, and where she stands with regards to commentary about her daughter or her kids, right? And while we all agree that, yes, I do like a jet black beard, so I do color the grays out of this beard, because otherwise I feel like I look dusty. Okay, now, and granted, we all feel that type of way when she's talking about it. Sometimes, though, I can't help but go back to season 5, and I try not to go backwards. I really try my hardest not to go backwards, because I feel like the best thing to do is operate in the season that we're in. But I could have swore there was talk about someone's child in season 5, and it was perfectly okay. Okay? Now, here's the thing. If we look at where we are today, all right, I'll look at where we are today in the state of fairness and in the state of being in the present moment. You know, Gizelle is right, right? Bringing up, you know, an off-camera comment about the girls and about what was happening back at the house, for which it's actually rather benign if you really think about it. Is where I could understand her drawing the line. And, you know, Charlamagne asked her, well, what if she apologized? Is there a path forward? And Gizelle lets us know, spoiler alert. Let me give you the spoiler. I mean, it's not really a spoiler, but it's kind of a spoiler. So those of you that don't like to be spoiled, at least you know ahead of time. But apparently, Mia is offered the opportunity to apologize several times, but doubles down on it. Okay? Doubles down on it. So that does not work for Gizelle. And at this point, Gizelle says the woman is not even alive to her anymore. Okay? She is no longer alive to her. So, I was reading the comments, of course, and the comments were, quite varied. Some people were very much Team Gizelle. One person asked, "Did Gizelle just fire Mia?" Another person brought up season 5 as well, and I'm like, I don't know, but like I said, we'll work with the season that we're in. What's up, dear? We'll work with the season that we're in, and we'll just move from there, and we'll see how things play out. We can probably be sure, like I said, whether or not we know what happens ultimately with Mia, is that Mia will likely be getting that first chair, likely along with Gizelle at this point. If not Karen, it kind of depends. Karen might get it depending on what happens with Karen and her legal situation between this time period and the time period that the reunion films. So we will have to wait and see how that plays out. Hopefully all works out well for her. Let's move on to the Salt Lake City. Y'all, to me, Salt Lake City is the best Housewives franchise on television right now. Honestly, it is the best Housewives franchise out right now. These ladies know how to give us the maximum amount of chaos, drama, over the top antics. Angie on any other franchise we would be all annoyed. Her in this confessional, there's not nary a tear in sight as she describes how she's been crying ever since Meredith tossed her out of her bar mitzvah for slut-shaming Brittany's hair. Her high body count hair. Okay? Apparently, as Lisa last week whispered into Brittany's ear after Angie called her hair high body count, that I'm sorry this is happening to you, girl, but you do need some keratis thermatique. I think that's what it's called. So on Watch What Happens Live, we tell that Brittany may have some type of contract or some type of brand deal with the brand in the works. So Brittany, way to turn lemons into lemonade. Because, girl, they are definitely stirring you to death on this show, okay? When you're not stirring yourself, when Jared's not stirring you, they are stirring you, and they are frying and filleting you worse than they are accusing your hair of being fried, okay? And the funny thing about the Angie stir-frying Brittany's hair is that Angie can do so because of the industry that she/her husband are in, which is hair. So to go there with Brittany's stir-fried hair was just honestly chef's kiss. But Angie sitting in that confessional acting, can't muster up not one tear, okay, crying about how she's been just so distraught, disheveled, disgusted, and can't be trusted over Meredith having her escorted out of the event. Girl, I don't believe you, because you ain't got a tear strolling down your face. On any other show, we would be screaming for her to be fired. But on Salt Lake City, it just works. Angie's antics work. Angie throwing the bottle, the bag of shampoo across the table. On any other franchise, they would have been screaming, violence, 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 violence. On Salt Lake City, they're just like, did she just throw that across the table and almost break the glass? Yep, she did. Continue on with the argument. I tell you, it's a hot mess that I love. I love it. Every week, it just brings me joy in a way that, I'm gonna watch it again when I get done. That's how much it just gave. So let's get into the episode. Okay. It's season 5, episode 13. It's called Rooms for Improvement. Angie feels slighted after Meredith's bat mitzvah. Brownyn and Lisa have a falling out over the room assignments, and Mary chooses to stay in Salt Lake City as issues with Robert come to a head. All right, so the very first scene that we see is, of course, Meredith, smelling bath bomb fragrances with her family, and we get across, I think, cut between her and Angie and Sean having their discussion where Angie's boohoo crying and can't stop crying and crying the rivers, crying the rivers of Jordan, okay, crying the Mississippi River. She can't get over it. She now needs therapy because she's been kicked out of Meredith's event, maybe institutionalized. It's gotten really bad over there for Angie. Poor Angie, who didn't seem to care at the time when she was throwing Brittany's coat on the floor. Meanwhile, Meredith is upset at all the slut shaming that Angie is doing. It's like, here a slut, there a slut, everywhere a slut, and she's just over it. Meredith is over it. She cannot take anything more from Angie and the shaming. Okay, Meredith will not stand for the shame of it all. Okay, and no, you won't shame someone's hair. How dare you? How dare you? So anyway, Mary goes and walks right up into Angie. First of all, Mary did knock on the door. Knock, knock, knock. Nobody comes. Knock, knock, knock. Nobody comes. Knock, knock, knock. Nobody comes. Angie is bustling about the house, getting things ready. She's finally recovered from Meredith, she probably sought therapy for a while. I don't know. She's had some time to get herself together, and she's getting the house ready for Mary's arrival. Does the girl not have a bell, like a doorbell? Like, I was like, Mary, ring the doorbell. Maybe they don't make doorbells in Salt Lake City, but I'm glad the door was unlocked. You know what I'm saying? Because Mary could just walk right on up in the woman's house and have a good old sit down. So in this scene, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I definitely shed some tears as I was watching today. Just seeing Mary in this space of being so open and so vulnerable and so raw in the retelling of her issues and her discussion with her son. I just lost it. I ain't even gonna lie to y'all. I lost it because we all go through times in our life where we feel like, I can't say we all, but I know some of us have been through those periods of like, I don't know if I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know that life has been life. When life starts lifing like that, I can't say that I understand where he is with the addiction of it all, but I could definitely understand how someone could go down that road, and you just never know what a person is going through, and you really don't. And so we really have to be cognizant of how we treat people and trying to meet people where they are. And this also proves to you that just because people have money, that don't mean that they don't have no problems. You know what I'm saying? I mean, granted, for a lot of us, having more money would definitely mean a lot less problems. But also, there is the idea that more money can cause more problems. Okay, so it's a two-way street, So that was a touching scene with Mary. And Mary, to me, the MVPs of this season has to be Mary in my eyes. Bronwyn and Angie are coming in close, okay? Specifically Bronwyn. Bronwyn, to me, Brownyn has been a quick study of this. Okay. She got thrown into the fire, brought onto the show by Lisa, thinking that Brownwyn's biggest mistake wasn't ever thinking that Lisa was her friend. Even to this episode, she is still holding out on some level of for some level of friendship, allyship, girl, I actually know you in real life type situations. Now, here's the thing. What happens when they get to the resort because they are off to Puerto Vallarta, okay? It looked so familiar, so great, so lush. They get there, and the way that, to be fair, the way that Lisa divvied up the rooms, it did make a lot of sense. It did. It did. Once you see the diagram written on the screen and they go up, down, and all around for who is not getting along with whom, it makes a lot of sense. It does. It does. And had they probably had a conversation one-on-one, then the conversation may have gone differently, right? Because I think that maybe one-on-one, it could have been a situation of, hey girl, listen, Whitney and Angie are not speaking to me, right? So this is awkward with me being in there and I don't feel comfortable. But because of the repeated pattern of Lisa kind of leaving Brownyn hanging out to dry in terms of like real life friendship, I think that at this point Brownyn is just fed up and kind of is beginning to understand that, like Kyle, in some small way, that Lisa, when she doesn't like you, she will definitely ice you. Okay? She will definitely ice you. She will definitely punish you for a little bit. As Whitney described, and Whitney is not always the most reliable witness, to be quite honest with you either. Whitney is not the most reliable witness. Okay, let's just put that out there for the people. She is not. Okay. However, .org, I do end up in this season seeing a lot more of Whitney's perspective on things, oddly enough. And so as the rooms are divvied up and Angie and Whitney are kind of like, oh, Lisa is obviously icing out Brownyn, and now Brownyn is coming over here to us complaining, girl, you gave us up to Lisa at the play date outside at the picnic. Okay, so you now you see the issues that we have with her, and now you back, but we don't want to talk to you. How about that? Not really, but we'll talk to you, but we don't really want to talk to you because you're gonna quickly realize that we're your only two friends. And to that I say, Brownyn, no, they are not. Okay, no, they are not. Warning, warning, warning. They are not your friends either, Brownyn. They are not. You would be their friend of convenience because they are on the out with the queen bee. Okay? That's what's happening here. Okay? That's what's happening. They are not your friends either. Okay? Let's make it clear. They may be friendlier, but that Angie will get you behind your back as soon as you turn it. And Whitney might do the same. So if the opportunity serves them. But in this season, it seems like Angie and Whitney are sticking closer by each other because Angie, whether she wants to admit it or not, still wants to be up under Lisa for whatever reason. And I think Brownyn is learning in real life, like in reality. Oh, girl, Lisa, you're not really my friend. So we're gonna get to. They gather to have a little, what seems like a pre-drink cocktail or something like that. Mind you, the crazy thing about this whole situation with Brownyn is Brownyn has been attacked by a dog viciously. Okay, viciously. The woman has walking around with gaping holes in her skin. I mean, for goodness sakes, have some mercy on the lady. But they didn't care about that, not one bit. No, we do not. So as Brownyn attempts to bring this up to Lisa, Brownyn's approach is soft but stern. It's like, Lisa, I don't really understand the room assignments because, these girls aren't talking to me. And I was just hanging out with you last week, and I've known you the longest in this group, but it seems like at every opportunity, you leave me dangling. Like, girl, is we homegirls or not, right? And Lisa is just hearing, well, girl, I did what I could. I can't help everyone, and you're new, so I had to think about everybody, and I can't just consider you, which is technically true as well. Which is why a private conversation could have potentially cleared this up. But now Lisa feels, I am sitting on my throne, and you dare attack me after I have planned this trip for you? How dare you be so ungrateful? You're so ungrateful. You're so ungrateful. And it's like, Brownyn is like, girl, you're not even hearing what I'm saying to you. This ain't about me being grateful or not. But if we want to talk about being ungrateful, you were definitely ungrateful to me when I bought you on a private plane to my trip. Did you charter? Did the plane that we came on today? Did you pay for us? Lisa's no. I'm gonna be spending my time in London with John. What does that have to do with anything? Okay, you ain't paid for this. Production paid for it. Okay. Now you might have paid for something. You might have paid. You paid for the Vita tequila things and everything that you put on the note on the PowerPoint. Okay, that's probably what you paid for your branding. All right. I love Brownyn. I love that Brownyn is sticking up for herself. And let me tell you, she does not let people just and as Brittany's trying to chime in, it's like, girl, stay out of this. Because every time Brittany opens up her mouth, them girls chomp her up like a biscuit. Okay, like a wet biscuit, like a biscuit that's been doused in gravy for an hour. Okay, they chomp her up, spit her out, get in a car, roll over her, roll back again. Hair is still dry. Okay, hair is still dried and stir fried, and high body count. Girl, just stop. Do not insert yourself in no more art. And she gonna have the nerve to say, well, maybe Lisa likes me better. No, she don't. That girl was just laughing at you last week as Angie eviscerated you. Lisa was laughing in your face and then turn around and tell you that your hair is so fried that you need some specific type of chemical. I mean, now I won't say chemicals. You need some specific type of stuff. Well, it's got to have something in it because Meredith can't use the stuff because Meredith has the keratin in her hair. And how dare Angie gift her that? She knows that she has keratin in her hair. It's like, what are we talking about? But God bless Brittany because poor thing is struggling to have any moment at all. Guys, I have an announcement. I don't even know what she announced, to be quite honest with you, and nobody cared. It's like, please keep her next year. Please, please, please. Do us all a favor, Bravo, and keep this cast just the way it is. You don't need to do nothing else. You don't need to do nothing else, okay? Because ultimately, this conversation that was between Lisa and Brownyn, then the ladies have to move to the dinner table. The spacing is the seating is a little different. So now Meredith has then put the shampoo and the journal that Angie gifted her for the bar mitzvah in her seat in a Brooks Marks bag. So Angie is now traumatized and re-triggered, okay? She has been taken back to that moment where she was so rudely and abruptly thrown out, and they get into it. But what do they get into it about? The shaming of Brittany's hair. Yes, that's where we are. Back to stir fry, okay? Back to stir-fried hair. We are back to Brittany and her stir-fried hair. We're right back there, okay? But really, it's about who said what to whom. Who said that? I didn't say that. That's not what I said, Meredith says. No, that is what you said. Well, what did I say? Angie said. Well, I said this. Well, what was said? I don't know. What did you say? What are you saying? Well, who said that? I mean, they literally, Angie and Meredith are, what are we doing? It's giving Real Housewives of Atlanta, like Circa season 9. Okay, who said that? But genius, okay, but genius, because as we come to really realize, Brownyn is back to stir the pot again. She's still mad, and she still don't like Brittany. And so you know how Brittany was like, well, maybe Lisa likes me better. Well, Brownyn about to get you, because Brownyn lets it be known, actually, it wasn't Angie that started the shaming. It was you, Brittany. It was Brittany. And then in her confessional, I love it. Brownyn sits back and says, not only did she start it, but she said it meaner. Let me tell you, these women set Brownyn up. It was Heather started this. Heather started this ball rolling with Brownyn and got her activated. And baby, Brownyn has been going ever since. Okay, she recognized the game that was being played with these women, and she said, "You know what? I'm gonna play y'all. I'm gonna play y'all game, and I'm gonna play y'all at the same time, while also fighting for my friendship with Lisa." Okay. But baby, anytime Brittany opens her mouth, Angie or Brownyn, they get her together so quick. I'll be like, oh my God, girl, I have secondhand embarrassment for you and your stir-fried hair. Justice for Brittany's hair. Justice for high body hair. Okay? Justice for high body hair. We're what did she call it? We're sexual forward here. Oh God. I tell you, you know what? It's just a joy to watch. Okay. It really is just a joy, a complete and utter joy to watch and behold. It's like a Greek tragedy, you know, and it's the train wreck you can't stop watching and you can't really stop laughing. And because I view it as a comedy, I'm team nobody, honestly. I mean, I am team Braun would get everybody together. Okay. I ain't even gonna lie. It's just something about the way she does it. And she is speaking to them so logically when most of them are very illogical that I just absolutely love. And I think sometimes the audience loves it too. Like Lisa could be right. But because Lisa is also actively overreactive, it's kind of like, girl, like you're not even hearing what your friend is telling you right now. Like you don't care nothing about that. You just are very much giving Queen Bee energy. I put this together. How ungrateful of you. Ultimately, this all leads to Meredith opening herself up to Angie, Angie opening herself up to Meredith, and the two ladies apologizing. But to be honest with you, I do thank you for the super chat. I do feel like Meredith and Angie will be back at it again. I do. I do. I do. I feel like they'll be back at it again sooner or later. And honestly, now that Lisa is throwing this trip, she is going to be completely diabolical, like in charge of the girls. Okay. But we'll see how that works out next week because Miss Mary will be joining the ladies next week. She did not join the trip at this early stage because she wanted to ensure that things were okay with Robert Jr., excuse me. Have we seen Robert Sr. since season 1? I mean, what is he doing these days? Is he just living at one of the other houses? I mean, and Mary also said something also interesting because she says she doesn't have her mom, and I'm assuming she just meant that she doesn't have that relationship with her mom. Side note, all the girls was at the Kathy Hilton Christmas party. Okay, all the girls were there at the Kathy Hilton Christmas party. I secretly want to know what happened. How was it? Somebody let me know if you were there. Okay, spill the tea. But yeah. So to me, I did enjoy this episode a lot. I thought it was great. It was top tier television. I forgot to rate it earlier. If I could give this episode a 20, I would. I would give it a 20 out of 10. And you know what I also like about this show is that it is like the energy around the show is not toxic. I don't feel like I'm in danger when I do a review on this show. Some shows I'll be feeling like I'm in danger. There might be danger lurking around the corner with some reviews of some shows, and I'm just like, this is a breath of fresh air. It's a relief. It feels like, I can just watch a show and enjoy it, and it's just fun. You know what I'm saying? So, and even as I joke about the stir-fried hair, I'm really not serious. Brittany, you're a lovely girl. Um, you're just not ready for what they're giving you yet, But maybe in your second season, once you're back with your Caratis uh sponsorship, and the hair is low volume, low body count hair, I think you might find your niche. Okay, that's what's gonna happen. That's my prediction. That's my prediction for Miss Brittany. Okay, and leave that Jared man alone, girl, because we don't. And Brittany, you are in this position because you have told these women that about all these different men. Stop telling these women all your business about who you were sleeping with. That's how you found yourself here. Please stop. I don't know nobody at this day and age, at this age, this big age, that's running around telling everybody and their mama, anybody with 2 ears, 2 eyes, a mouth, a nose, that's just breathing, how many people that they sleeping with. Stop it. Stop telling the people. That way, if you don't want to be shamed for your body count, then girl, stop talking about the bodies. Leave the bodies in the grave, girl. Like, be over and done with it. When it's done, it's done. Jesus. You know, like, who's doing that? Most people want to forget the person anyway. So just let it go. Let it go. Let it go, Elsa. Let them bodies go. You know? Let them go. All right. So, y'all, that was my review of Salt Lake City. Y'all had asked for it. So I said, I got to do it. It was a good episode. Okay. I saw that end up. I saw that she had tamed that hair, baby. She had tamed that hair. Okay. That hair was tamed and blonde. She be looking. Sometimes Brittany be looking like a different person. And I don't know if she getting some things done to her face or whatnot. And you know, again, it ain't my business. I say if you want to, whatever you want to do, if you want to pump your face up like a tire, okay? I am here for you, friend. I'm here for it. If you want to look like a totally different person tomorrow, if you want to get so much done to your face that I don't recognize you from day to day, I support it, okay? But what I don't support is that high body count hair. How you get everything done but the hair? New face, new case, but same hair. Girl, they gonna catch you. Especially the way you run around telling your business in the streets of Salt Lake City. Girl, I just need you. You better lay low. You know what's it's really not about her hair. It's really about the absurdity that this show has made an entire 2 episodes about shaming someone's hair. That is the type of housewives and reality TV that I want to see. They have got a great balance of raw personal story with Mary and the things that she's going through and the religious aspects of this show, which they don't make a mockery of, which I appreciate, and pure, absolute, insane absurdity. You know? So, I mean, you got that perfect balance. That's what makes this show so great. Yes. And if you see her online, Brittany makes fun of herself on her Instagram and her TikToks. So the things that I'm saying in the spirit of jest, but if you follow her, and I've seen people repost a lot of her stuff. She makes fun of herself. So Brittany is also in on the joke. So, you know, she's got the right energy, you know, and not taking it so seriously. But I love when they fake cry on the show, like they about to, like something hurt them so bad, and they are shaking, trying to get that tear out their eyes. It's like, girl, like bring some hot sauce with you, put it to the scene next time. You know, an onion or something. Keep an onion in your purse. So when you got to cry, put your hand in your purse, and then rub your eye like this, and the tears will come. Let that be a little trick for you. But for those of you on reality TV, when you need your crying moment, keep your onion in your purse. Now you might be stinking like an onion, and they might think it's your arms, but it'll make good TV. Okay, it'll make good TV. And then the story next season will be that you stink. But anyway, like I said, that's my review. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell button, tap into Rich Life if you want to learn how to travel like an influencer. Okay. And I'm talking deep discounts. Hear me when I tell you. You're going to want to text Rich Life, all capital letters, to 202-918-3386. Do y'all like how I turned into a phone operator? Mm-hmm. I'm serious. Anyway, make sure y'all tap in for our next recap. I don't know what show coming out next. Oh, I think our next recap. Oh God, Bell Collective. Okay. We about to get into the danger zone. Oh Lord. Listen, y'all. Tap into Rich Life 202-918-3386 if you want to learn how to travel with deep discounts and get paid every day. Like me. Okay. And like some other people I know that's actually on this chat right now. Anyway, so what I am going to do now is hop on off of here, make some dinner. We got a call at 9 p.m. If you tap into Rich Life, I can send you the link to that call and you can get all the tea that you need. Okay. With that being said, I love y'all and I will catch y'all in the next video. Now that you've watched today's video, let's get into this group trip to Cape Town, South Africa. Yes, y'all, Skye Squad, we are hitting South Africa and we are hitting it hard. April 10th through the 17th of 2025. You can click the link in the description of this video to get more information and to reserve your spot. Now we're going to keep this intimate because we have a lot to do. We are going to be looking at real estate. We're going to be learning about retirement and permanent visas, dual citizenship, buying and purchasing land. We are going to be looking at it all because we want options in South Africa, baby. And listen, Cape Town is one of my favorite cities. So of course, we're going to be doing some of my favorite things. We are going to be hitting the wineries. We are going on a safari. We're going to Table Mountain. We're going to some of my favorite restaurants. Let me tell you, one of them is Gold Star, baby. If you know, you know. We're going to be meeting with some expats who have relocated from the United States to Cape Town as well. This is going to be a luxury experience, okay? So we're talking doing the absolute most. So if you've ever wanted to go to Cape Town, South Africa, but maybe you didn't have the group to go with, maybe you just didn't have the right people that wanted to go and experience it with you, this is an opportunity for you to come with us. Now, I only have about 10 to 12 spots available. Yes, because again, I'm trying to keep this thing intimate and I know that what type of experience I want it to be. So get in while you can, y'all. Trust me, in 2025, we are going to be needing all the options that we can get. And I am going to do my utmost to bring us the most that we can possibly get in and out of the country. So come with me to South Africa. The group trip is going to be lit April 10th through the 17th. Go ahead and click the link in this description of this video so that you can reserve your spot today. Cape Town, South Africa awaits.